Last year, I stumbled upon a Samsung Gear VR demo in Best Buy. VR wasn't even on my radar until I tried that demo. Even at the time, my first thought was, if VR on a cell phone is this cool, how much more awesome will PSVR, Vive, and Oculus be? Even though I was impressed with that demo, I really didn't want to sink a lot of money into VR just yet. I just wanted to dip my toes in the water a little bit. So I ordered a $20 headset and a Bluetooth controller for $8 and used an old Samsung Galaxy S4 that I had lying around. As rudimentary as it is in comparison with the big three, it's still pretty fun if you've never experienced virtual reality. For this video, I'm using my S4 and mirroring the screen with my Samsung Smart TV. You can see on the TV screen how it works on cell phones. The screen is split, so the lenses in your headset can be focused in to give you stereoscopic 3D. The games you're seeing here are In Mind VR, Deep Space VR, and VR Roller Coaster. Now there are a few more VR games on the Play Store that I think are pretty cool, and they're all free downloads. Zombie Shooter VR, VR MacPan. It's a Pac-Man clone that puts you in the first-person view of Pac-Man, and it's actually pretty cool. Then there's a virtual reality horror game called VR Silent Home. All of these games are pretty cool and really serve to whet my appetite when it comes to VR. I just mentioned that I wasn't really sure that I wanted to sink a lot of money into VR, but after spending a little time with my S4 and these VR games and app, I was more than ready to get the PSVR when it came out. Now, using a cell phone for virtual reality has some advantages, actually. As I mentioned already, it's a cheap way to get into VR. Most of the games have crisp graphics, and they do immerse you in the world, even if not quite to the extent of PSVR or either of the PC systems. The thing that none of the major three offer right now is the ability for it to be wireless. And right now, you just plop your cell phone in one of these headsets and you have a wireless VR setup. Like I said, it's not as good as the PSVR or the Vive or the Oculus, but it really does the job for somebody just looking to get into it to see if they like it. Maybe what I love most about using a cell phone, a VR headset, and a Bluetooth controller is the emulators. Now, I know this is a gray area, and if it's not your thing, don't do it. But even if it is your thing, it is best to only play games that you physically own. And I've tried out just a few to see what it was like. And right now, I can comfortably emulate every system up to PS1 in VR on my S4. Now, the head tracking doesn't work, obviously, but it's cool to play these games in stereoscopic 3D. I'm even tempted to upgrade to a more powerful device so I can get the PSP emulator to run smoothly. I've ripped a few of my PSP games using my modded PSP and put them on my S4, and they look amazing in the stereoscopic 3D. I just can't get the frames per second up high enough to make it fun to play. So hopefully eventually I'll have the funds to upgrade to a newer device to plop in my cell phone headset. Now, if your internet connection is strong enough, there are a number of apps that allow you to stream your PC games to your phone in VR, complete with your mouse movements mapped to your head tracking. Now, if that sounds like something that interests you, check out vRidge and Trennis VR. I'll put links to those in the description. If you've been thinking about virtual reality gaming at all, but have been scared off by the high prices, this is the perfect way to get a taste of it to see if you like it. You can buy a headset for as little as $8 now and use most any smartphone with it. Most of the games don't even require a controller. You just look around at your targets and the game auto-fires. So this level of VR really is accessible to nearly everyone. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and I hope you'll jump on board the VR train if you haven't already.